Yes boys, welcome back to the channel, and today we are going to be talking about how to perfect your scouting on Football Manager 2024. Now, clubs in real life, Dortmund, Brighton, clubs who find talents for cheap and sell them for high profits or make them into world-class players, in my opinion, is the best model to use on Football Manager. I am going to show you some little tips and tricks that you can use in your games to help you find world-class talents or to help refine your searches to what you really need in your Football Manager team. Of course, boys, if you are enjoying the content, make sure you are liking and subscribing and commenting what videos you want to see next on the Big Robbo channel. But without further ado, let's get into some of these scouting method tip and tricks. So boys, now for scouting, of course, we're going to find ourselves on the scouting page. We are going to start on these top bars here first. Now, the scouting range shows you the amount of players that you will find in the world. If you can look here, you have different kind of tabs, you can call them, that say different things. So for example, you can have no scouting budget at all. Your scouts will do nothing. I'm using Dortmund here. Your scouts can look in the Bundesliga, or as we go up, as you can see, your scouting range expands. In every ideal scenario, you want this highest possible. What this means in all your recruitment focuses, all your scouts will go as far and wide as you tell them to. So if I've got it on world, all of the players in this database in the world will be scouted at one point. Obviously, the larger the database, the longer it takes. The smaller the database, the more scouting will be done X, Y, and Z. So always, in my opinion, have it on world. This is before you've done anything else. If you can have it on Europe, great. Central Europe, high as you possibly can, have it. Your scouting budget is also what pays for the scouting range. So as you can see, it's 30k per month. We've got 330k in the scouting budget, and we're in August, so we're going to be fine for the rest of the year for our world scouting range. Now boys, it is time to talk about recruitment focuses, something I think are quite hard to understand for a beginner at Football Manager or someone who's just never used them before. I'm going to show you 3 recruitment focuses today that you could use in your game and you could use in future games as an example of how you can set them up. So we're going to start with this Europe one here. Now, I have called this Europe myself. I've called the name Europe, and the reason being is that it is an ongoing priority and it is looking within Europe. The way we set up that we want it to look in Europe, if you see this areas button here, if we click edit and choose an area, then continent, we can select Europe. This means that this recruitment focus will only look for players from Europe. You can set up the minimum current ability and the potential ability however you want, depending on your team's skill level, where you are in what league, etc. Always have it on ongoing. This means until you stop it, they're going to continue to scout. Now, this is a bit of tech that you need to use. When you are assigning your scouts to each individual continent, make sure your scouts have good knowledge of them continents. Let me show you what I mean. So as you can see here, I've got Benjamin Frank ticked for the Europe recruitment focus. If I click into Benjamin Frank, if we look at his knowledge of nations, England, Germany, Austria, Switzerland, Poland, Belgium, Croatia, France, Italy, Netherlands, Portugal, a lot of European countries. This means that he has better knowledge for these places than somewhere like South America, like Brazil, Argentina, etc. Make sure when you are assigning your scouts to these recruitment focuses, you are getting them to suit the area they are going to. So the nations here, all European. This guy suits being a European scout in my recruitment focuses. Hopefully that makes sense. And the same is done in the South America. As you can see, the area is set as South America. The assigned scout is Gonzalo Navilo. If we look at some of his knowledge, Argentina, Brazil, Paraguay, Uruguay, Colombia. If we look at the map down here, he pretty much owns South America at this point, this lad. What I would recommend is setting up a recruitment focus like that for every single continent. There's 5 or 6 on Football Manager. Make sure each scout that you assign to that recruitment focus has knowledge from that area, and you are going to find such better players than just assigning random scouts to random places. This is something I think people don't have a lot of knowledge about on Football Manager, so if I was to recommend anything with recruitment focuses, I would set them up that way every single time. Now boys, we are going to do the age 15 to 21 tactic. This is just a wonder kid finder from all around the world. If we click into here, as you can see, if we select any position from tactic and put any on this bar here, it will search for every position in Football Manager. This is how you want to set it up. Now again, depending on your level of club, you set up your minimum current ability and your minimum potential ability to how you need. If I was managing a lower club, I might lower this by a couple. If I'm managing a better club than Dortmund, I might up it a bit. It depends. Obviously, your age is completely dependent on what you value as a wonder kid. I have 15 to 21. You could have 20, you could have 19, you could have 16 to 18. Again, completely dependent on you. But what I would recommend for this one is putting scouts with high potential ability in charge. So if it was me here, these 4 scouts with high judging potential ability, 20, 19, 19, 19, judging ability 18, 18, 15, 16. Very, very good scouts. I would have them in charge of this recruitment focus. You click confirm and boom, they're going to start looking for wonder kids all across the world. If we look in progress, as you can see already, we've got some potentials coming through, all under 21, from 15 to 21. This is something that's really easy to set up. Do it on your saves, you might just find a gem from it. Now, for searching for players in itself, this is something on Football Manager you can do in so many ways. I'm going to show you boys today a couple of ways that I like to use to find the best players for each position. Let's just say we're looking for an attacking midfielder, a lot of people might just click new search, click on the attacking midfielder button, have a scroll through and look at someone who looks decent. But there are so many variations of each player role or player position, in this game. You need to refine your search even more. Mum, I'm recording till 4 o'clock. I'll speak to you after, yeah? So boys, let's say we're looking for an advanced playmaker in the attacking midfielder position. What I would always do is go back to edit search. I would select the attacking midfielder button. I would put is natural at to is accomplished at, because being natural in the position is great, but if you play this player in that position for a full season or even half a season, they're going to become natural in that position anyway, so you can have it even on accomplished. And boys, when it's on accomplished like this, it will also filter in people that are natural as well, so you get both of them. I would always click on pick attributes, highlight key attributes for role, midfield roles, advanced playmaker, support or attack. Now, what this does here is this highlights the key attributes you need for an advanced playmaker to play well. So if I click attack, as you can see, dribbling, first touch, passing, vision, things that make sense for an advanced playmaker. If I click OK, it is going to bring up some players. Now, at Borussia Dortmund, these players are never going to join me. Obviously, make sure we have interested in transfer picked. What we can do now, we can either lower the attributes by 1, so these are searching at attributes of 15. We can make it 14, and then we can turn the match down for 10, for example. Now we have got 85 players found in our search who suit our roles. So, Emil Smith-Rowe, great advanced playmaker in the highlighted roles. Look, 15, 14, 15, 15, 15. Great player. If we scroll even further down, some cheaper options. Malik Tillman at PSV, 16, 15, 15, 15, 15. Again, great advanced playmaker. If we scroll even further down, if we would not have done our search, would Carlos Alcaraz over in Brazil have popped up? Again, 15, 16 passing, 15 off the ball. Good physicals, good mentals. And finally, boys, just an even cheaper option. £5 to £7 million advanced playmaker here. Again, 15 dribbling and first touch, 15 teamwork, good vision, good passing, good mentals. This is something I would recommend to do for every position that you search for. So if you're searching for a ball-playing defender, I would click centre-back, highlight key attributes for role, ball-playing defender. If you're looking for a defensive midfielder who you want to be a ball winner, highlight key attributes for role, ball-winning midfielder. Always highlight the key attributes and mess around with the match settings and the attribute level. Never just click on DM and scroll through, because you are potentially missing out on players you might not look at with better attributes for the role you actually want. Now also, boys, another great tip is back on the scouting page. Now we have the recommended tab here. These are what your scouts recommend the player is in terms of ability, or it might be in terms of value or potential, etc. A+ is the highest you can have, and I think F is the lowest you can have. So obviously if you're in the A's, it's a good recommendation from a scout. So if we click recommend from scout here, as you can see now at the top here, Omarodian is recommended as an A+ from Porto, and it's clear to see why. A 4.5 star ability striker who's an excellent rating for my team. He's 21. His value isn't too high for his ability. If we click into the player itself, that is an absolute world-class striker for 40 million. That my scouts have found. I haven't done anything. All I have done is sort out my recommended column. Always keep your tabs on this recommended column, because sometimes they come up with absolute gems. Pavlovic at Newcastle, quality centre-back, 8 million listed. If you just have a scroll every now and then through this, looking at your A's, looking at your A+, even your A-, your B+, you can find some amazing deals and some amazing prices for players you might not have thought were even attainable. For example, knowing Omarodian is good on FM24, I would not have thought at 4.5 star ability it'd only be worth 40 to 50 million, not a chance. Make sure you are checking these every now and then. Also, boys, something we can touch on. If you come on the scouting coverage here and scouting assignments and click on world knowledge, you get a world map seeing how good your scouts line up in the world. Now, as you can see, there's some grey areas for me. South Africa, I have got no scouts who cover South Africa, so something we can do, again lining up with the recruitment focuses, I can go and sign some scouts from South Africa, make them some recruitment focuses in South Africa to expand my knowledge, reach a larger audience of players. This is something you can also do. This is just a quick little tip. Every now and then you can check up. Now I could go into the scouting. I could change the nationality here to South Africa. Here we have a scout. Again, judging player ability and potential isn't too good, but look, he covers Ethiopia, Ghana, Kenya, Nigeria, Uganda, bits of South Africa. We could sign him, for example. Really easy way to find out where your scouts are covering and not covering. Finally, boys, the last tip will be to do with your shortlist. Now, shortlists are absolutely brilliant for multiple reasons. One thing we can do straight away, we can set up multiple shortlists. So you could have a wonderkids shortlist, you could have a first team shortlist, you could have a striker shortlist, anything you want. Something amazing with shortlists that everyone needs to do. Every time you set up a shortlist, tick this option, keep scout reports up to date. This means whenever you click into a player from your shortlist, they're always going to be up to date with their attributes, their value, their contract situation, everything like that. They're going to be up to date. Make sure it's selected. Also, as well, when you have players in your shortlist, in your inbox when you're continuing, if a player from your shortlist gets transfer listed, loan listed, they're unhappy, you will get an email notification. So for example here, Kobbie Mainoo, I might be looking to sign at Dortmund. If I'm on the 25th of August and he gets transfer listed by United, I will get an inbox saying Kobbie Mainoo transfer listed by Man United because he's in my shortlist and I'm scouting him. Then I could quickly take action, could click into him, make a bid, make him unhappy, etc, Any player you think you might have potential interest in, or they're a wonder kid where you're waiting for them to get better in the future, you might want to make an offer for. They might have a release clause that might expire. They might have anything like that. Put them in shortlist. Your shortlist are your best friend for keeping tabs on players. Never ignore the add to shortlist button. But that is the end of the scouting video today, boys. I hope today from this video you have learned something, because I can understand that scouting on Football Manager can be very basic. You can just go into it, you can look for a player, you can sign a player, but you can use a lot of the little tips from this video to refine your searches down to find the perfect players for your club. Let me know in the comments if any of these tips were useful. I hope you boys enjoyed this video. Again, leave in the comments any suggestions for videos that you want to see. It could be a tip video, an experiment, a rebuild. Let me know in the comments down below. Also, boys, down below will be all my links to my Twitch, my Discord, my Patreon. Anything you boys want to access will be in the description. Thank you for watching the video if you've made it all the way to the end, and don't forget, Merry Christmas. And also, it's about the people around the tree, not the gifts underneath. Have a good rest of your weekend, boys. I will see you all on the next video.